Hey guys, welcome to Calvin's Guide Game. I'm Calvin, and today I want to tell you about the top 10 games I played in 2018. These are the games that hit the table the most, and I just kind of want to let you guys know what they were. There's kind of an eclectic style of games through this top 10, so you're going to go, didn't think that would be in there. But there's a few honorable mentions I'd like to mention. There's a couple that I got played quite a bit and didn't actually make the top 10. So here we go. The first honorable mention is the Resistance. I don't own the Resistance, but we play it just about every time I get to the game group. That's our ending game most of the times. By the time we play a couple games, everybody comes together. The game plays quite a few people, and we can break out of the groups that we were in, come back together, and this is the one that usually sends us home at night. So the Resistance is it's set in a dystopian type universe, and you're trying to fight the big corporation. You're either a spy or part of the corporation. You're trying to make so many missions succeed. It's always a lot of fun. Everybody's always lying, and I'm usually a traitor or a spy or whatever it's called. So, and that's what everybody says when we play the game. So that is my first honorable mention. My second is a game that you probably never heard of. It's called Knights of Glory. Knights of Glory was a Kickstarter project. It didn't fund its first time through, but Blue Gear Games is really trying to push this to get it more components or more things for it. The game as it was is really fun. You're trying to go through a dungeon. You're bluffing your way through. It's kind of poker, some poker style in there along with some dungeon crawl. It is a lot of fun. I still play my prototype. I take it with me and I show it to as many people as possible. Guys, I hope this game hits Kickstarter again. Look for it on Kickstarter. Keep your eyes out for it. It's called Knights of Glory, made by Blue Gear Games, or it's going to be made by Blue Gear Games, hopefully. Guys, keep your eye out for it. I really enjoyed that game. Now, for my top 10. Number 10 is a solo game, and only a solo game, and it's called Hostage Negotiator. It's by Van Ryder Games, and it's a one-player game, like I said, and it takes about 15 to 30 minutes. In here, you're up against some bad guy who's taking some hostages, or somebody who's just at their breaking point and can't take anymore, so they take some hostages hoping that will help their situation or whatever. But you're trying to talk them down. You're the negotiator. You come in and try to talk them down, and this game's not as easy as it seems. There's a lot of luck involved with some dice rolling, but if you're into dice rolling and you don't mind a little bit of luck, there is some ways to mitigate that luck in here. But if you don't mind some dice chucking and some little bit of mitigation with the cards, because you have these cards you're going to do conversations with, I really like the game. First of all, I like that it's solo, and I can play it just anytime I want if I don't have a game group around. Guys, that's my number 10, Hostage Negotiator by Van Ryder Games. It's a one-player game, takes about 15 to 30 minutes. My number 9 is a game I enjoy. My kids not so much, but I enjoy it. It's called Rattlebones. This is just a fun family-style game, and this hits the table quite a bit. It's by Rio Grande Games. It's from 2 to 4 players. You're going around this track, and what's weird is Rattlebones is kind of a scary guy. He's kind of weird, but you're actually the first person that makes it to Rattlebones wins the game. And Rattlebones is coming around the track at you. You're going around the track making victory points toward him. You're building these dice as an engine to make victory points. So, guys, this is a fun family game. Rattlebones by Rio Grande Games, 2 to 4 players. It probably takes about 30 to 45 minutes to play. It's a great game. I really enjoy it. Check out Rattlebones. That's my number 9. My number 8 is a game I got. It's called Junk in My Trunk. And you see the elephant there. So the elephant it's junk in his trunk as he's cleaning up the circus. This is by CGG Games. It's for 2 to 7 players and takes about 20 minutes to play, maybe 30. depending on how it goes. This is a card shedding game. You're trying to get rid of all your cards and be the first one to do so. But you have some cards in front of you that you can't play until you play all the cards in your hand and the cards in the draw deck. It is a lot of fun. This game reminds me of an older, just a regular card game called Hands and Feet, where you get dealt cards for your hands, and then you have feet set over the side. You can't play your feet till you play hand. Kind of reminds me of that, which is kind of why I like it probably so much. It's called Junk in My Trunk from CSE Games. It's 2 to 7 players, takes about 20 to 30 minutes. Guys, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy this game. If you can find it and pick it up, I think it's a good family game, card game for you guys to play. Junk in My Trunk is my number 8. And I think most of you have probably heard of this, my number 7, and it is King Domino. King Domino is a tile laying game, and they're little domino looking squares. You're trying to make either a 5x5 grid, a 7x7, and you're trying to, you get extra points if it's in the middle. Your castle's in the middle of this domino. You can only put certain land type next to others, and that's how you score points, as long as they have crowns by it. Guys, if you've never heard of King Domino, you have been under a rock somewhere, because this game is by Blue Orange Games. 2 to 4 players, takes about 15 minutes to play. I'd say it's pretty accurate, 15 to 20 minutes. King Domino is a fast little game. Can't say enough about it. It's colorful, it's pretty. When you're drafting the tiles, you draft in an order of how you drafted the last tiles. And so sometimes somebody will draft a tile you want before you can get it, and it's kind of a take that kind of game, and putting tiles around your castle, building your land, and spreading your land out a little bit. King Domino by Blue Orange Games. 2 to 4 players, takes about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes. Guys, King Domino, very fun. Check it out. That was my number 7. My number 6, I'm sure you've heard of too, and it's Love Letter. Get this to the table a lot, because people enjoy it. And what happens is you play not only one game, but you'll play game after game after game, especially with new people that want to play a game, and they're used to playing card games. I'll bring this one out. We'll play it with them, and they'll go, wow, oh, I get what we're supposed to do now. I want to play again. And it'll get to, we'll play about 4 games of it in a row. It's that fun. I know it's been out a while, but it's really good. This game is made by, I can't ever remember who made this game. I probably should remember that, shouldn't I? Or at least have a know of. Well, anyway, I think it's AEG maybe that makes this game. AEG. Could be lying. Let me check just to make sure, because I don't want to give somebody credit that don't want the credit. Yep, AEG makes this game, Love Letter. It's a 2 to 4 player game. It takes about maybe 20 minutes to play, 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how fast people make decisions. Guys, Love Letter is so much fun. If you've never played it, find somebody who owns it, or go to your local game store. Maybe they have it in their library, and you can get it out and you play with some folks. Check it out, Love Letter. That was my number 6. And I know you guys have heard of my number 5. Number 5 is Azul. Azul is by Plan B Games, or Next Move. And it is a 2 to 4 player, takes about 30 to 45 minutes. Guys, this game is it's just a pretty game, and has those nice tiles that you just like to use and put on the boards. They just look good. It looks good on the table. When somebody walks by and you go, what are you playing? We're playing Azul. Most people have heard of this game. They now have a new one out called Azul, the Stained Glass Centra game, something like that, which looks pretty good too. I haven't played it yet, but it looks really good. But this is my number 5. My wife loves this game. One of her favorites is why it hits the table as much as it does. And, her family kind of likes it. So when they come over, we play this game with them. Azul by Next Move, Plan B Games. My number 5, 2 to 4 players, takes about 30 to 45 minutes. Go check Azul out, guys. All right, number 4. You're going to say, good gravy, you've had all these great games. King Domino, Azul, Love Letter. Well, my number 4 that gets to the table a lot, and you can tell by the box, it is pretty beat up, and it's just old Yahtzee. Guys, we play Yahtzee, and you know, there's a lot of games out there that use the Yahtzee style, rolling 3 times, and you know, you get 3 chances to roll dice. There's quite a few games out there that use that mechanic. But Yahtzee's just fun. It's to me, it's like the roll and write game. You know, you have a lot of these roll and write games. I got one up on my shelf somewhere around here. Garden, or not garden. Is it garden dice? No. What is it called? I gotta look. Harvest dice. Harvest dice is a lot of fun. You're just rolling some dice, and they're numbers and carrots and stuff. But anyway, so roll and write. Yahtzee is a roll and write game. You roll to see what you're getting. And I like Yahtzee. It gets to the table quite a bit. Milton Bradley made this years and years ago. So Yahtzee, my number 4. I know, right? My number 3 is another game we play when we get together at my game group, and that is Coup. Guys, if you've never played Coup, I sent out a meme on my Twitter account not too long ago, and it talked about, you know, the guy who used to do the commercials, the older guy, and he'd say, I don't usually play Coup, but when I do, he's the Duke, she's the Duke. By the end of the game, we're all the Duke. So the Duke is the guy who gets to take 3 coins from the center and continues through things. Coup is made by Indie Boards and Cards. It's for 2 to 6 players, takes about 15 minutes. This is a bluffing game. Guys, we got a lot of people that can lie in our game group, and they all lie about they're the Duke. And that seems to be the card that everybody wants to pull those 3 coins for. And then what happens is somebody over there is just sitting taking income, just 1 coin each turn. Nobody's bothering them because the ones that are the Duke, they're building up all this money, and so other people are attacking them. They're cooing them right away or trying to assassinate them. So it is a game that is truly fun. You can make some alliances in there. You can block somebody stealing if you're the captain or the ambassador. You can block 4 and 8 if you're the Duke. There's a lot of things you can do in here. Lots of roles. It's also set in a dystopian universe kind of thing. It's just a great bluffing game, guys. Coup. If you haven't played it, it's by Indie Boards and Cards. Check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. The Resistance that I talked about earlier in my honorable mentions is also made by Indie Board and Card Games. 2 of theirs made this list. Great games. You got to go check them out. Coup was my number 3. My number 2 is a game by Gray Fox Games, and it's called Deception, Murder in Hong Kong. This right here is a fun game. You have these clues in front of everybody. Everybody has their own secret role. The murderer, the witness, the investigators, the crime scene person. I can't remember what they're called. Forensic scientists or something like that. But anyway, they're the ones that are trying to give the clues to the investigators to figure out who the murderer is, because they know who the murderer is. And they know what the murderer used as weapons. So they have these tiles, and they're trying to place certain things on these tiles: location, weather, what the victim's body state was in. There's just all kinds of things that you have to use at your disposal, trying to get the other investigators, as they're accusing each other, because everybody has their own weapons and stuff in front of them, cause of death, cards in front of them, or clues, or not clues, maybe it's clues. But anyway, they have these 6 cards in front of them, or 8 cards. And so everybody has them in front of them. So if it's strangulation, well, this person has a rope, this person has piano wire, this person has a scarf. There's a bunch of people that could be guilty of the murder, right? So the murderer's trying to fool all the investigators, trying to throw shade off of himself. And the witness, he's trying to help also the investigators because he knows who the murderer is too. Because when he opened his eyes, or she, the forensic scientist pointed to who the murderer was. So the witness does know who the murderer is, but it can't be, she or he can't be too obvious, because if they do, then when the murderer is revealed or caught, if he knows who the witness is, they know who the witness is, they win. So you can't be too conspicuous if you're the witness, and you can't just point people to, well, I think it's so-and-so, I think it's so-and-so, because they're going to call you out as the witness, and you're going to lose the game as the investigators and the forensic scientists. So, but anyway, guys, Deception, Murder in Hong Kong by Gray Fox Games. This game plays 4 to 12 people. Another great game for large crowds. 15 to 30 minutes. It doesn't take long to play around at all. Deception, Murder in Hong Kong, my number 2. Now, my number 1 is probably going to surprise everybody. It doesn't surprise me because it's a classic game, card game, and that is Skip-Bo. Guys, I've played Skip-Bo over probably 100 times this year. I get this to the table because it's a fun game. My mom really likes to play this game, so I play this game almost every Sunday, at least 1 or 2 games of it. So it's for 2 to 6 players by Mattel Games. This takes about, depends. If you're playing partners, and you can play partners in this game, it probably takes about 30 to 45 minutes to play one of these card games of Skip-Bo. You can find this game anywhere. It's cheap. I wore out my old set. I actually got this one for Christmas. My mom put this in my stocking, and she said, here, I want you to have a new copy because I know we're wearing yours out. And we've already started playing with this. And you know, guys, I don't like change. I like the old style of Skip-Bo, but these cards are more vibrant, I'll give them that, and more colorful. So, but it's a good game. Skip-Bo, what can you say? It's a classic. If you haven't played Skip-Bo as a kid, or if you're not playing Skip-Bo now, you're missing out. Skip-Bo's an old-timer classic, and I think more people ought to check it out. But Skip-Bo, fun game, Mattel Games, 2 to 6 players, takes about 30 to 45 minutes. Guys, that's my number 1 game I played in 2018. Hey guys, thanks for watching Calvin's Got Game. But before I go, I want to do some playthroughs. So I'm going to put my BGG listing down there. You can go look at, or my handle on BGG. So you can go look at the games that I have. And if you would like to see a playthrough of those games, or a game that you want to see a playthrough of, put it in the comments. And hey, we'll play a playthrough. It won't be live, but we'll record it. I haven't quite figured out the live thing yet. Guys, I'm not as tech savvy as you would think. But it is something that I want to do in the new year, is to play some board games and record it so that it's a playthrough to where other people can see and play a game, how it's played, so that maybe they can not have to read the rules so much. Because sometimes reading those rules, man, it gives me a headache, especially for the long book. Woo, I'm so happy for other video channels like Watch It Play with Rodney, and Rado Runs Through. Guys, they do a great job at explaining the rules on certain games. They don't do every game, but they do a lot of them. So, but if there's a game you would like to see that I have, that you'd like to see a run through of, I'd be glad to do it, and we'll try to get that done. We'll do it in small bits. If it takes more than one part, we'll do a part 1, part 2, and because we'll try to keep to about 30 minutes per episode, so we're not making them so long. Ooh, that's a long game. We'll break them up into 30-minute segments so that you can be able to watch them at your leisure. Guys, thanks for watching Calvin's Got Game. Be sure in the new year to get a board game to the table. Most of all, spend time with family and friends, and thank you for watching Calvin's Got Game.